When you have such gorgeous stickers, what do you do? So here I'm setting up my next week's daily journal setup using these gorgeous stickers, part of Martinez Sticker Company's latest release. And if you would like to see how it all evolves, stay tuned. Hello everybody, this is Priya here. Welcome back to my channel if you're returning, and if this is the first time, thank you so much for stopping by. Here I share tips, ideas and inspiration to make your planner and journal spreads pretty and functional. It's a really gorgeous dark academia kind of spreads, and these are all the stickers that came in the release. There were 8 sheets, and I'm just counting the number of pages to see which page I should start on. And this will be, as you guessed it, I'm doing Dutch doors again, but keeping it fairly simple and bringing in all those layers. And I'm trying to line up that bookshelf, trying to make sure that that white outline is off the page so that I can just cut off and it will look seamless. And yet I would also like to kind of make sure that I show the entire sticker because it's a gorgeous sticker. And these are original hand illustrated artwork. This time it was done by Amy's husband, Francisco, and they are a very creative couple. So I'm bringing in these girls, and the sheets are all named, so it gets easier to pick up the girl depending on who you want to grab, because they have all sorts of angles. And I even brought in a couple of the sheets in different orientations to make sure that I have the perfect symmetry, if you know what I mean. I'd like to bring in those symmetrical elements, and I'm creating a library or a study hall or a bookcase kind of scene where all the elements just come together so beautifully that looks really odd. So you will see me move it around and then try to make it look realistic, but then you'll see what I do in the end. And this is a really gorgeous collection. Really, these are really colors that I normally struggle with, but I think it all came together pretty beautiful in the end. And I'm trying to make sure that I bring some of those bigger elements, but then I don't want to eat up into the writing space because this is my daily journal and I really want to find all the space I love to write, because I write a lot and I write fairly big. So I hate having to compromise on the writing space. So this is the Coffee Ladies, which if you checked yesterday's video, that was the November gratitude journal setup. That was a gratitude challenge, if I'm not mistaken. And that coffee that somebody was in one of the Happy Planner sticker books, when there was a leg or an arm, somebody in one of the Facebook groups called it amputated leg or amputated arm. So every time I come across such a thing, that's what I get reminded of. So just making sure I'm not cutting the wrong page. So then I'm bringing my cutting board, the cutting board in the sense the self-healing cutting mat. And yeah, I think this looks more realistic, and I'm stacking the books next to the stand, and I'm using my gyro cart again to cut around all of those elements. And I love the flexibility this tool gives me. And if you're wondering, if you're new to my channel and you're wondering what this fancy game changer of a tool is, it is called a gyro cut. And this, I'm using the Fisker's ceramic knife, I have all of these products linked if you are keen on getting any of these. And I'm moving that element to the a bit up so that it can be visible, because all of those, it just builds layers. So that's the symmetrical part of the Dutch door. And you see how all those elements come together so seamlessly, because I went ahead and did some symmetrical sheets, and I love doing that. And my tutorial on print and cut stickers feature on the Cricut is on my channel. So if you would like to figure out how that can be done, you can check that out. And I also have a tutorial on the gyro cut, just to give you some tips and tricks and what to do and what not to do, beginner friendly stuff. So if you are picking up the tool, again, there are knockoffs, don't fall for them. This can be a bit pricey, but if you keep an eye out for sales, you might be better off getting a very good deal. And I'm cutting off the next page there, because sometimes some parts of the page do not get cut fully, because it's a 160 GSM doctorate journal we're talking about, which is from Archer and Olive. And you can use my code Priya10 for 10% off at Archer and Olive. And for Martinez Sticker Company, where all of these amazing stickers came from, you can use my code Priya15 for 15% off. I'm just going back and getting some of that extra pages out, and I'm moving that book so that it can be more visible and more layers can be seen. So it was kind of fun, because all of these girls were already laid out so beautifully, and all the elements like the statue or the typewriter or the books, the stack of books, or that cup with the arm sticking out. It can look creepy for some people, but I'm okay with it. And I'm using some of those pens to fill in some of that space. And we have one more element before we can go and decorate the left page. So I thought this girl can be bending over and fiddling with a phone, one of those dial phones we had back in the time. Yeah, that was so fun. I think I remember seeing that when I was small, and it was so fun. And I'm not sure the current generation even knows what that is. They must be thinking of that as a very vintage gadget. And I'm building the other page and the other layer, and that girl is leaning up to place on the shelf. And then I realized that that was the deco intended for the page behind there. So let's go back and redo the couple of stickers we put down. But yeah, since this sticker paper, the new one, I have recommendations for all the printable stickers. And this is really a very easy to remove. And I have linked the sticker paper down if you want to check that out. It is very similar to the online labels one that we have seen, and it's a bit more pricier, but I think it's so worth that price, because you can move them around at least a couple of times before the stickiness starts to fade, as you can see. And I'm using some of the other, I think they're called introverted girls. You can find the full collection there. And I'm also bringing these boxes that came out in this release, and I'm trying to make sure that I have some color combinations to go with here, because I don't just like to have one box. But then I thought I would just come and finish this before we got started with the boxes, functional boxes. So that is, I did not want to repeat the girls either. So I thought this girl with that yellow, mustard yellow pants would be a nice balance, and she can be looking at her friend standing there on the same page. And I usually like to talk about the thinking process, and uh, yeah, I needed a quote. So I'm using this freebie sticker sheet, and that is a November freebie that you will get with every order. And I'm going to cut my next Dutch door, the last Dutch door, before we kind of wrap things up and before we can work on the page underneath for all the elements to fall in place. So this is the full visual or the full layer situation. And once we have that side also done, you will have a better idea of the whole picture. So I'm trying to do the symmetrical aspects again, just bringing in those girls looking the other way. And this was, you can see how straightforward this is, because I'm using the same code for both the pages, but it's okay, you're not looking at it at the same time. And you can now start to see all the layers, and that is how it looks. And let me know in the comments which of these stickers or girls you loved the most. And I'm bringing in this autumn shapes from Mojo Jojo Plans for some functional boxes. I usually like to bring in some circles with the rectangles. And my code Priya10 earns you 10% off at Mojo Jojo Plans also. And this is a fun way of bringing in some of those colors, and also gives me space to highlight some of the small moments that we all have every day. And are you somebody who journals? What kind of journaling do you do? Do you set up a Bujo spread? Do you set up daily pages, or what kind of journaling do you do? Everybody is different, and so whatever works for you and your mind and for your wellness, you should be doing that. You shouldn't be looking at what others are doing and trying to do something that you can always try new things to make sure if that would fit better for you and your needs. So I'm bringing in these sunshine blooms from earlier releases. I had made this smaller. See all the advantages of being able to size these stickers before you can print them. And I talk all about it in the Cricut tutorial. I have 2 parts, so definitely make sure you check that out if you ever get printable stickers and are looking to try a few things which you have not. So this is a good start off point, and I will be bringing some more boxes before we can call it a spread. And I will link all the shops and the products I'm using, including all the tools you see. As of the day of filming, the autumn shapes is still available. And I wanted to bring some washi element. Usually I go with the Planything washi tapes, but somehow I found the colors were not quite matching. So I kept wondering what to add. And then I realized that I have the washi tapes from, yeah, I forgot to film that part. I brought in just those purple and those blue and orange just in the front. And then I knew there was something missing. And I did bring in some florals. Even then, I kept thinking that there is something missing. So I went ahead and checked my stash, and I came out with, I knew I had the Dark Academia washi tape set from the washi tape shop that I wanted to use, but I knew it was incomplete, the spread, the pages, and I really did not feel like winding up. And this is the washi tape set I was mentioning, and I'm going to be making some small final changes. And I wanted to see whether I can bring a part of that washi tape just with those small bundle of books there. And it has a backing, so you need to take that off to be able to use the washi tape, and sometimes it's a struggle. Yeah, so sometimes the tweezer helps, sometimes nothing helps. So that is the washi all down there, and that looks like a nice extra shelf on the top. So I'm bringing this scrap piece of washi tape, but then I realized that it is just a bit short on the edge. And then I removed it entirely, and that set came with 4 rolls. So I cut off, I mixed and matched 2 of the washi tapes from 4. And did I mention that you can use my same Priya 10 for 10% off at Washi Tape Shop also? They have cute fall and winter and Christmas washi tapes currently there. And they're absolutely adorable for the 4 seasons, change of seasons. They have cute stuff, and over $20 they do international shipping for free. So make use of the cute stickers that they have. And yeah, I would really appreciate the support if you decide to shop through my links and codes. And that's 1 page down. So I will alternate between the 2 designs, and then I stuck this one washi tape, and then I realized I should probably be skipping this and then mixing and matching it with the other ones. So I take that off. Again, sometimes we are all indecisive, and that's how we all are. So if you like today's video, please take a moment to subscribe to my channel and turn on the bell notification if you haven't already. And I'm using that scrap and using another small piece of washi tape to fill in that small gap. I don't want it to be imperfect. And please come follow me on Instagram. I will have all my details down in the description. It's a lovely community out there. And please check out the other videos I mentioned so that you can have fun with your printable stickers. Sometimes getting a right sticker paper is the key, and I have you covered for that as well. You can check out the recommendations I have down, and that is a great washi tape set. And I'm completing the last page with this bookcase washi, and I really love this. I have used in one of my back to school journal spreads, and everybody was just raving about it. And yeah, let me know in the comments if you have a study similar to this, or does your library look somewhat similar, because some libraries do. And I was having the hardest time getting that washi tape lined up straight around the edge at the bottom. So when the right side is lined up, the bottom is not. So yeah, you see me there in a bit of a struggle bus, and that is pretty much the last step, I would say, before I do a full flip through. And Yeah, let me know if you have this washi tape because this was a very popular one. And let me know if you liked this collection and what have you shopped from the current release of Martinez Sticker Company. And don't forget the Priya 15, my code earns you 15% off, and my cute freebie. And yeah, I'm just making sure it is all lined up straight. Just using the washi cutter to make sure there are no bubbles or lines. And I'm going in with my corner rounder to round the couple of corners we have there. And yeah, here's a full flip through. And thank you so much for watching. I hope you would consider subscribing to my channel and turning on the bell notification if you haven't already. It really helps me out with the growth of the channel and helps my content out to more folks out there. And please don't forget to share it with anybody who you think will like this. And I hope to see you in my next one. Bye.